Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something really special, the path of the heart. It's a journey that's less about filling our heads with more information and more about filling our lives with a deep sense of belonging and love. We're going to dive into this ancient story that asks a really powerful question. When life feels just huge and overwhelming, what do you need more? Another fact or just a feeling of connection? Let's get into it. And hey, before we really jump in, if you're looking for a place that's all about warmth and connection, please take a second to subscribe to Heart City. We're trying to build a little community here, a space where you know you belong. Because you do. So let me ask you this. Have you ever gone through something so big, a huge life change, a really deep emotional moment, or a realization that just shakes you to your core, and afterwards, you just didn't want any more information? You just wanted to feel safe. Well, that exact feeling is where our story starts today. We're catching up with our hero, Arjuna, right after he's had a truly mind-bending, universe-altering experience. He has literally seen the infinite. And honestly, it's left him feeling incredibly small and completely overwhelmed. I mean, think about it. After witnessing something so cosmic and vast, his mind is just flooded. He's seen too much, He's not looking for another grand cosmic truth. He's just a guy looking for comfort. He just wants to feel grounded and safe again. And I think that's a feeling we can all for sure understand. So from this really raw, vulnerable place, he doesn't ask a big philosophical question. No, he asks a question about relationship, a question that comes straight from his heart. And this might just be the most tender, beautiful question in the entire Bhagavad Gita. He's pretty much asking, what really matters more, Krishna? Me trying to intellectually understand the entire formless universe, or me just loving you, right here, right now, as my friend? And this lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? These are the two paths we all face. You've got the mind's path, always trying to understand everything, chasing theories, thinking about the infinite. And then there's the heart's path, which is all about connection, relationship, and personal love. One is about knowing, the other is about belonging. And let's be real, Arjuna's confusion is totally our confusion. We are just bombarded with pressure to find our purpose, understand consciousness, optimize our self-growth, manifest our dreams. But when life gets hard, when we feel lonely or lost, we don't need another theory. We just want connection. And Krishna, our guide, he gets it. He doesn't reply with some complicated philosophy. He meets Arjuna's tender question with an answer that is just as gentle and just as full of heart. His answer is just so direct and beautiful. He says the ones who are closest, they're the ones who lead with love. The ones who make space for that divine connection in their hearts and choose to trust it above everything else. Okay, so this is the absolute key. If you take away only one thing today, please let it be this. You do not have to have it all figured out. You don't need to be a spiritual genius to be worthy of love and connection. You already belong, period. So then Krishna gives him a plan, but it isn't some mystical, hard-to-reach code. It's actually a super practical guide for what we would probably call an emotionally intelligent life today. He just lays out these simple ways of being. Be calm when things get chaotic. Be kind to people. Try to find contentment in what you have and just be grateful. Be steady and keep an open heart. And, try not to be super reactive or arrogant. This is what spirituality looks like in real life, in our little everyday moments. So, what happens when we actually choose this path? And what happens if we don't? The stakes are actually pretty high, not in some big cosmic way, but in the actual quality of our daily lives. Because without that warmth from the heart's path, spirituality can become this really dry, intellectual exercise. And that never-ending treadmill of self-improvement, it just gets exhausting. We see it all the time, right? People are drowning in information, but they're starving for real warmth and connection. But when we choose the heart, the result is so beautiful. Krishna describes a person who lives this way as someone who is just naturally loved, someone who doesn't make other people feel afraid, and who isn't easily threatened themselves. They just carry this quiet joy, this peaceful, steady vibe that is just magnetic. And that's it. That's the real goal. The point isn't to get some kind of spiritual superpower or anything like that. The true climax of this whole journey is just arriving at a state of simple, peaceful, loving presence. So really, this whole story is an invitation. It's an invitation for you and for me to stop trying so hard to understand everything and to just start practicing the simple, powerful act of love. Now, this path has a name. It's called Bhakti, but let's not get stuck on the word. What is it really? Well, it's how you react when someone cuts you off in traffic. It's the tone you use when you're upset. It's how you handle disappointment. It's simply who you are when you think no one is watching. So I'd love to leave you with a question to think about. In a world that asks so much of us, what truly makes you feel spiritually safe? Is it having all the answers? Or is it that feeling of a warm, loving connection? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If this story resonated with you, and if you'd like to find more comfort and wisdom for your own path, please like this explainer, maybe share it with someone you think might need to hear it, and subscribe to Heart City. Thank you so much for being here. Let's keep our hearts open, together.